What is going on, guys? In today's video, I'll be sharing the most effective way to price your Airbnb nightly rate. Let's look over a few factors that will help you determine your nightly rate. First of all, location is everything. When I say location, I'm talking about your market. I'm talking about where you're at in the States or where you're at in the world. Where you're located based off of events that are happening nearby. Maybe you're near a specific attraction and there are certain events that happen, like let's say the Super Bowl or Coachella. These are two things that bring in a lot of people from out of different parts of the country and high volumes, and you can take advantage of that. Another factor that impacts your nightly rate is your occupancy and how many people you can sleep at your listing. If you have a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, your revenue is going to be a lot different than if you have a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms. You could sleep a lot more people. You guys get the point. Determining your nightly rate has a lot to do with where you're located, where your market's at, how big your property is, and how many people you can sleep. So considering what I just said, mainly the occupancy and the market that you're in, you have to realize that you are competing with hotels in your area and with other hosts who have competitive pricing. The average nightly rate here is about $100 a night, and this is pretty much across the board. Obviously, this is for the entire place. There's a lot of smaller properties here, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, similar to mine, that go for that price. Seeing that the average nightly rate here is about $100 a night, I myself have had my pricing down to where we booked at $47 a night, and I've had it all the way up to like $120 a night, and I got booked at both of these prices. Now, what did I learn from this experience? Anyone who has the lowest price in the area is going to get booked, and that's just how it is. Seeing an attractive, cheap price like that for a decent looking listing is going to guarantee that you get booked. Now, if you do that, I can guarantee you right now that you're leaving money on the table and you're not optimizing your listing. And on the other side of the spectrum, if you have it priced too high, people are going to shy away from your listing, and they're going to see that, hey, look, there's a listing right here that's $12 cheaper, and it provides the same amount of value, the same amenities, the same space, and it's cheaper. So how do you know where to specifically price your listing? I'm going to share with you a free market analysis strategy that I do here, and this is very helpful for anyone who does Airbnb and who wants to get started. I'm going to give you one little tip that'll definitely guarantee you get more eyes on your listing. So guys, stay tuned for this screen share, and I hope you guys learned a lot and find it very valuable. This is the most effective way to price your listing and understand why you're pricing your listing the way you are, to where you're not leaving money on the table and you're not pricing it too high where you're not getting booked and you're hurting your own business. Anyone who has access to the internet can do this, so go ahead and look into your specific location. So if you're doing market research for a property and you want to kind of understand how the market's doing there as far as pricing, go and search your town or your city, wherever you want to get started. So I'm going to just go ahead and search Springfield, Missouri. I'm going to select some random dates in the future. The reason I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select some future dates is because if I select dates in July, most likely these will be booked on the calendar and therefore they're not going to pop up. So you want to go somewhere in like the far future and select a few dates that you could potentially book, because chances are they're not going to be booked. You're going to have full access and you're going to see all the properties in your area that are available for those certain dates. We have the dates selected, and we're going to do 4 guests because that's the amount of guests that I can sleep in my property. I'm basing this off of my property on my current listing here in Springfield, so you guys will be able to understand how many people you sleep based off of the size of the listing that you're looking at or the size of the listing that you already have. Go ahead and gather all that information together. The amount of people you can sleep plays a huge factor on the amount of money you're going to make and the price that you're going to be asking for your nightly rate. So once again, guys, I just went ahead and just go do this. If you want to do some free market research, it'll be very beneficial for you. So what we see here is this little map. So you want to toggle show map. If it's not toggled, you go ahead and toggle show map here in the corner. And the reason you want to see this is because you get a general idea of how the pricing looks for your specific filter for these dates. So this will give you a general idea of what people are asking. One more thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the entire place, because there's a lot of private rooms, hotel rooms, shared rooms like that. I don't mess around with that. If you guys are doing shared rooms, whatever. If you're doing rental arbitrage and you're looking for an entire place, make sure you do this and you toggle that on there, because it'll get rid of a few listings. So what we see here is a lot of listings, and they vary in price all the way from $49 upwards to $123. And this is on a nightly rate. So what I'm seeing here is 49 as the low, I believe. Yeah, so 49 as the low and 123 as the high for these specific filters. I recommend you go through and you do these filters based off of the listing that you're looking for, right? If you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom listing, you can go ahead and even do it even more specific. So Let's say we're doing 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. That's the property that you're looking for as a potential listing, or that's a property that you currently have. And what you see here is, like I said before, the $49 low and the $123 high. What I can tell you right off the bat is that if you're pricing your listing at $45 a night, you're guaranteed to get booked 100% of the time. You'll have a full calendar, and you're by far going to be undercutting everybody else as far as price goes. Now, the question you should ask yourself is, do you want to price your listing that low? You want to be making sure that you're effectively pricing the listing to where you're making the most out of it. This is very important. You don't want to be selling yourself short, like listing it for $45 a night, or you don't want to be listing it over $123, because as you see here, this is the highest priced listing. One thing I can say is that anyone looking to just book a place and have a place to sleep, anywhere in between $49 and $123, you have that room to mess around with the price and to understand where exactly your listing fits on this spectrum. So right now, based off of these filters, I think anyone pricing their listing anywhere from $70 a night to $100 a night will do really well, depending on how much value they provide and just sort of how they have their listings set up, right? This is a great way to do free market research without paying for AirDNA, without paying for all kinds of third-party and outsourced tools and services. It's really quick and easy, and any of you guys can do this. I swear, if you guys get in on Airbnb right now and you guys are kind of curious, or you guys want to learn more about your market, go ahead and do this. Put in these filters and you'll definitely see what people are asking for what you're going to be providing. Now, getting involved, getting inside this isn't going to really matter. Once you're in, you'll see that you'll get booked consistently. Every host I've talked to that has just recently started or that started a while ago, they're all doing really well. And as you guys can see here, the population of this city is about 200,000, I would say, give or take. And there's only a handful of listings. Like, how many listings do we have here? See more filters. We have 77 listings popping up. So, I mean, the ratio of the volume of people living in town versus the amount of listings, clearly supply is really low, and therefore everyone here is getting booked without a doubt. One thing I'm going to mention is, you guys notice there's this price filter right here. So this allows you to filter out properties based off of the nightly price. And you can locate properties based off the nightly price. So one thing I recommend you guys do is go into your calendar and 1 day a week, just drop the price down to, like, let's say you're doing your listing for 100 a night, drop the price to 50 a night. The reason you want to do this is because people that search with a price filter on, a lot of people do this because they're budget minded when they travel. And you'll find that people are using Airbnb because it's more affordable. So getting your listing in the filter, right, getting it in that range of like maybe a 50 a night, that's going to increase your listing views, which can overall convert to bookings. So why I say that is, if you have every single night on your calendar 100 a night, drop one of these nights down to 50 a night, because what will happen is when people search properties with a price filter like this, they'll see your property pop up, and that's going to get you more views. And I guarantee that you'll get more bookings. We've done this recently, and our calendar is looking really great. Anyone who does this, I guarantee that they're doing just as well. So guys, that's a little tip right here. Go ahead and try this. If you've not heard of this strategy yet, go ahead and implement this in your listing right now. Select one of your dates. We do Wednesday. So every Wednesday we drop our nightly rate kind of in half. We cut it in half, and that gets a lot more views. We got about 100 more views this month than we did last month. Just because we dropped the nightly rate for 1 day out of the week, we kind of cut it in half, and it's been really beneficial for us. So guys, long term, the more views you get on your listing, the more bookings you'll get. And therefore, I think that'll help anyone trying to do the Airbnb business. That's going to help them optimize their listing. It's going to help them have the most effective pricing strategy. All you do is go to Airbnb.com and look at the market. You'll understand based off of the property, once you find them, you'll understand what exactly you're getting into and what other people are charging. And that's overall going to help you determine what your nightly price is going to be. I hope you found this free market research tool pretty helpful. It's very simple, it's very basic, but it goes a long way. Just having an understanding of where exactly your pricing is going to be. A lot of people are hesitant with this in general. They don't know what they're going to price it, and they don't know how they're going to price it to profit. And lastly, don't forget to add 1 day to your week that is super cheap compared to the rest. That's going to include your listing in that search, right? In that filter, when they look for properties at a specific price, your listing is going to pop up there. And remember guys, like if it's usually 120 a night, drop it down to like 60 a night, and that'll get your listing in the search engine when everyone looks for property for that 60 a night. And once they're committed to it, most of the time they're not going to back out. Alrighty guys, thank you for staying tuned for this video. I have been doing one-on-one consulting calls They're about 30 minutes each call. If you guys are interested in doing a 30-minute consulting call, just hit me up on social media. You can message me on Facebook or DM me on Instagram. I've done a few of these calls and I feel like they've been very helpful. So guys, go ahead and reach out to me there. And once again, I mentioned my course. This is a very valuable resource for anybody wanting to learn more about Airbnb and rental arbitrage in particular. Go ahead and check that out. You're gonna get everything you need to start this business model and personal access to me, which is very helpful, especially for people just getting started. If you made it this far, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed already. I'll be posting more content related to Airbnb and investing in the near future, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.